The raids are actually going to do a decent amount of damage. Doesn't even bother cloaking with those two overlords there. Just desperately trying to get rid of these lurkers there. If he can get rid of them, he might be able to come back, but he's so close to losing that command center and the comset station. If Calm could just hold on and do a little bit more damage and fight off those wraiths, but it looks like the lurkers are going to go down. After all, he's not going to be able to press that home. Calm looking very, very intent there. He's now battling with just a few Mutalisks left. During all that, he did lose several Mutalisks to the Marines while he was trying to cover, provide cover fire for the lurkers so that they could do their attacks, that kind of thing. Vessel is now out, so now detection will definitely not be a problem. I'm really surprised that Calm didn't have any Scourge in there. If he had had a few Scourge in with that attack, the Wraiths would have been dead. I mean, I guess they could have fallen back to the turrets, but there was a few times when he wasn't paying attention to the Wraiths. They would have gone down, and that would have been horrible. His defense would have been a lot less effective in that case. Anyway, he's now going to come in here and harass with these Mutalisks. Not going to happen. Too many turrets. Marines are going to come up there as well. He might have, well, no. I mean, he might be, yeah. In other circumstances, he might be trying to, bait those Marines up so he could go in with the lurkers. That would be kind of cool, kind of a cool thing to do. But Calm, playing it safe, has just used this advantage. He's going to use these Mutalisks to keep him pinned back in his base. Keep Fantasy pinned back in his base while he gets more drones, and I believe he's going to get an expansion at the bottom left as well. So he's been droning up, and that is really good. Wraiths are going to come here and attack the top left, though. Overlord spotted those running, so he's going to chase down those Wraiths and try and get them before they kill too many drones. Looks like they are going to get a couple drones probably, but not too many. Anyway, those Mutalisks are almost there, and I don't know if there's any Overlords though around, but they does have Overlord speed, so he's probably fine. And the Wraith's actually getting out of dodge, knowing that, drone, run away, run away! Oh, I'm surprised he didn't go after that drone actually, try and pick it off, since it's obviously meant to make a hatchery up there. Although he may decide to go somewhere else now that he's on to him. Anyway, Wraith's actually coming back down here. He's going to attack that extractor. He needs to go for the drones instead. It looks like he would planned on having them hold position up there instead of attacking. And here comes those Mutalisks. There's an Overlord right there. Oh, those Wraiths are going to go down pretty quickly. Unless he, well, actually, no, he does get out of range of those Overlords, actually. The Mutalisks can catch up to them, but the Overlords cannot. So, he's going to get down into the main, at least spot that there's a hive going up. But now Fantasy has decided it is time. He is pushing across the middle of the map. Calm doesn't know this is coming. Now he does know it's coming. He's got a few lurkers morphing there. He doesn't have anything. Oh, nice! A Radiant goes off in the middle of those Mutas. He's actually going to run the Mutas. Oh, he's just going to sack the Mutas. And Scourge as well. Horribly controlled by those with those Mutas by Calm, but he does have so many Lings and Lurkers that he gets in and does a decent amount of damage. Those Wraiths are still there! The Mutas joined this main battle. He saw the main battle there, and he abandoned those Wraiths. Didn't even have any Scourge there or anything. It looks like Calm is going to clean that up, but in the meantime, he's lost several drones. Calm has been playing really, really drone light. This game and the last game, not that many drones, playing really low econ, really low econ game. And look at these raids; they're going to work on everything. The hive is up, so he's going to be able to produce. He's producing a Defiler Mound somewhere right now, I'm sure. But Calm, look at that; he's frowning. He is not looking happy at all at this. The fact that these raids have killed so many of his drones, and that is your own damn fault, Calm, because you knew they were there, and you were even chasing them with your Mutalisks. And instead of just falling back, I mean, I guess he wanted to engage in the open ground of the middle of the map, so that would make sense. He didn't want to fall back from the middle of the map at that point. He wanted to engage there, but still, I mean, the Mutalisks didn't do anything. He didn't even micro his Mutalisks. Here comes in for another attack, though. Brewing those lurkers. The Lings need to fall back now. They are doing so. Nicely done. He kills off a good number of Marines. That was a lot of Marines just died there. And he's actually forcing Calm back into his base because he's killed off most of his vessels. He killed off one of his two vessels. There's no siege tanks anymore. They died in the last battle. So the siege tanks aren't going to be able to, push those lurkers back or anything like that. So no reason. He doesn't need to wait for defilers quite as much if there's no siege tanks around. Obviously they're going to help. Anyway, he's going to come in with a little bit of a sandwich attack. Lings from the top, Lurkers from the bottom. Lurkers doing a decent amount of damage, killing again about half of that force, but losing a lot of Zerglings at the same time. And at this point, he can't really afford to reproduce those Zerglings very easily. He needs to make more drones. I mean, we saw his main there. He had almost no drones. Ooh, that mine almost killing things off. Anyway, but this Marine force is now pushing in, and all the Lurkers decided to press into Calm's main, so they weren't back at this attack. But it looks like he did. I didn't know he had more than that one Lurker there. So he had more Lurkers there. He has that Defiler. That's going to scare him off. This game has been really back and forth. I gotta say, I think Fantasy has a little bit of an advantage. Even though Calm is winning all of these battles and really playing well, Fantasy has so much more of an economy. Fantasy has way more SCVs than he does drones. Excuse me. Oh, Swarm goes down. Clutch Swarm. The Firebats preempting the Swarm, though, are going to be able to clean up those last couple Lurkers. Nicely done, and Calm is not happy at all. His wide eyes are squinting with concentration and frustration that the fact that his attacks keep getting shut down. And yeah, see, look at that. He's not even bothering to replace the drones in his main because he can't. I mean, he needs all these forces out here to fight, otherwise he's going to get bowled over by all the forces being created by the superior economy of Fantasy. But really, I mean, he needs... he's got the gas mine going in his main, I guess, at least. But he really needs to get some drones on minerals there, produce some extra Zerglings, try and get another base up, etc. There's the Wraith going in again to the main. What is he doing? Letting those Wraiths kill everything. Scourge coming in, they're going to kill one Wraith. The other Wraith looks like it might have taken some damage before. It's just a single Scourge would kill off that that Wraith, but instead he's just going to let it kill all the drones in his main. That's cool too. Anyway, Calm really busy just fighting in the middle of the map here. He does manage to pick off those Wraiths in his main, but they did so much damage. He probably killed, 20 or 30 drones. Probably about 20 drones total over the course of the lives of those guys. Anyway, and look at this. Fantasy's going to take a third base as well, and that is pretty much going to be it, because Fantasy, I mean, look at the supplies. 107 supply to 37. That is, wow. Calm has nothing. Calm has nothing right now. All of these idle larvae, actually I don't know why they're idle. He has the money to make some drones. He should make some drones right now. But that's the thing, I guess if he makes drones, then, yeah, that drone needs to just go home and mine. It's never going to get home, but still. Anyway, he just has to produce units at this point to try and hold things off. He's just trying to hold off barely with swarms and a few lurkers, and, I'm surprised Fantasy isn't just irradiating the crap out of all of these lurkers at this point and just taking the game. Hopefully Calm got some more drones up while this was all going on in the middle of the map. Fantasy is just could probably go and finish him off pretty soon. But basically now that Fantasy has those 3 bases up, he's just going to produce so many units that it's just going to be ridiculous. It looks like Fantasy is going to take game 2 of this series. It's not over yet, but it's going to be over soon because Calm just has nothing. I mean, seriously, 124 supply to 44 supply. Just ridiculous. Here's paper. Yeah, he's going to... Oh, Scourge even missed micro. There we go. GG coming from Calm. And he's got to be kicking himself on that one because he let that happen. I mean, that was a little bit sloppy, to be honest. Letting those Wraiths kill all of his drones, throwing away his Mutalisks in the big initial battle in the beginning there, just throwing them in, just A-moving them while they're irradiated, or he may have moved them in. He didn't separate them at all. He didn't even really hover the irradiated Mutalisk above the Marines very well. He just sent them in and they all just died. That was really sloppy, especially given the fact that he had Wraiths killing his drones in the main. If he just kept those Mutalisks back and killed the Wraiths in his main, could have been a completely different story. So the series is now tied up 1-1. Fantasy now talking with his coach Uve right now, getting some pointers. They're talking about strategies, talking about what's going on, probably telling him what Calm was up to in the last game and what he can take advantage of, that kind of thing. Maybe also giving him some critical advice. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's move on to game 3, see who's going to take a 2-1 lead in this best of 5 in game 3. GG, thanks for watching.